Sun, stars,
It's a dark night, 2-0. So, you see the beacon of light through that black hole? Greetings, suns and moons, and of course, I have to welcome back all my stars. I'm gonna go ahead and get into channeling this energy ether. Show me what it is I need to see. Oh, too many cards. But we're gonna go with it. Now, because this seems to be what I believe is a quarter of this deck, what this is talking about is someone having a not so good day. Now, this certainly is talking about someone not going with God's plan. However, because this individual feels like they can fool the masses into believing that what they're doing is God's plan, what is going to happen is a tower. Now, if you recently seen my last upload, what this is getting to is someone that knows you owned a bike and they rode on it is going to say that in the near future, the one that they feel is going to bat for them is going to end up being someone else's. And this is because they're being instructed by a Hellraiser to do so. Now, if you recently went to a park or a gathering, what this is getting to is the possibilities not being endless. However, because someone feels like they have a multitude of possibilities that entail karmic choices, they're going to say that anything that I put out is triggering. And this is because they feel like you watch me and they know that you're into a new form of study. Now, for those that are inquiring about the breakdown in regards to this reading, what is surely going to happen is a second portion. However, because these stacks here came out in a clump, you can rest assured that these will be the ones that are interpreted in part 2. Now, currently, I'm not sure if it's going to be for the public or not, so stay tuned. Now, in regards to you telling someone to F off, this certainly is talking about someone that felt like they were your choice. However, because you're not consumed with passion, what this is getting to is them realizing that they are not your twin flame, or vice versa. Now, what I'm also picking up is a CRIME scene that certainly talked about some form of study. Now, if you feel like this is something that you encountered on your way back home from a park, or from a gathering, what this is getting to is red tape. However, for this specific individual, it was caution tape. And because this is the case, you may also know of a tape. However, this particular tape has something to do with a recording. Now, for you specifically, this is talking about a tape like this. However, because a lot of individuals in your environment are not familiar with cassette tapes, they're going to say that that is the relic Ether was talking about. However, that's not the case. Now, if you feel like you recently displayed something that was an oldie but goodie, what this is talking about is someone not being versed in machinery. However, because you are, I'm going to inform you right now that there are several individuals experiencing the same type of frequency all at the same time. However, because I'm being guided to separate myself from the others, what this is getting to is someone believing that whatever you prophesized has something to do with me, and because of this, they're going to say that ether was the cause of something. Now, since I was informed about this, I had to do a video in regards to it because this is how I cover my own back. Now, you may have recently cut someone off or they cut you off, and because of this, you may know of an Aquarius's involvement in some sort of plot, and since this is the case, someone that says they study Catholicism is going to say that they purchased the wrong book. Now, if you could recall me posting possibly a year and a half ago, the Apocrypha, what this is getting to is them feeling like that was the right book. However, because when they received it, they couldn't read it, that was proof enough for them and the individuals in their environment that it wasn't for them. Now, for those that have also purchased this book and they couldn't read it, you can rest assured that there are many individuals that purchased that book, and when they receive it, they can read it. Now, if you are familiar with Archangel Melchizedek, what this is getting to is his governance. However, because he is actively overseeing a particular type of ophanum, you can rest assured that these ophanums are the ones that are able to view it. And this is because that particular doctrine is for them. Now, in regards to the Torah, not the Torah, what this is getting to is a different belief system. However, because there's a slippage of the tongue, someone is going to say the Torah and the Torah are the same, and they're not. Now, if you are someone that is familiar with either or, you already know the difference. However, because this individual feels like the Quran is the accurate one, what they're going to say is all of those are plagiarized from the Quran, and that is not the case. Now, what I know to be true is the 42 laws of Ma'at are actually 1,056, and this is because this was a doctrine that was created for the Nashes, which we call the Nisifio. Now, in regards to protons. Where we are from, we say 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, and 6 protons. But where you are from, you say 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, and 6 protons. And this is because where you are at, it is distortion. Now, for those that have been attempting to research it, what it is getting to is you not being in the accurate place in order to get this information. Now, in regards to Joseph, what this is talking about is a specific verse in the King James Version. However, because this person is using the inversion, they're going to say it was never in there. And this is because this person feels like if they say that they are a theologist, you're going to take the bait. Now, in regards to One Night of Passion, you may also be noticing synchronicities in regards to people that you are encountering. And I did this because someone feels like I'm holding a mic, or maybe a microphone is attached to what is my iPhone, and that is not the case. What I know to be true is the changing of my voice triggers a lot of people. And this is because they notice what I call a halo. And now this is something that I'm already familiar with because I am aware of Archangel Seraphims and how they sound, especially when they're recording. Now, if you have not seen the reading that entailed an Archangel channeling, then you are someone that is faking the funk, because all of you seen it. I am Theodos. I am GC Puzzle. I am Thanos. I am Surplus. And what I am saying, I am Zepho. I am Job. I'm Dalaman. And when you hear me at the end say, what is your name? I'm Lucifer. And when I come through. Now, in regards to those of you that feel like you can comment on the videos that you feel are not getting any views and no one will see them, what this is getting to is you seeing a bluebird. However, this bluebird was on someone else's doorstep, and because of this, you felt slighted. Now, in regards to a lackluster relationship, you may also notice that this individual pays a lot of attention to others, and this is because you're not his type. However, because you feel like you're eye candy, you're going to say that you're everyone's type, and that is not the case. Now, what I also know to be true is Horus the Falcon Elder is not Horus as you see him. Horus the Falcon Elder is talking about a combination of spiritual energies. Now, for those of you that feel like the Najirs are what you need to study, what this is getting to is you not being accepted, so don't even try it. Now, upon leaving a certain place, someone may have wished you good health. And this is because this person feels like if they say things that will draw your attention, that you won't believe they had something to do with the incantation. However, because this Scorpio and Mercury cut is revealing someone attempting to draw you in from the past, what this is talking about is a happy trails. However, what I also know to be true is this Gemini Virgo energy, which is indeed Mercury energy, is talking about a pharaoh. However, for this particular individual, they feel like this pharaoh is associated with the underworld, and that is not the case. Now, in regards to these two cards that I pulled from the bottom of both stacks in my hands, what this is getting to is a new moon. However, for this particular group, this is talking about your wish fulfillment pertaining to a full moon. Now, in regards to a Cancer moon or someone that has Cancer or Pisces in the 10th house, what this is talking about is a completion. However, because this 10th house energy belongs to Capricorn, this is definitely speaking about someone's career. Now, for a certain group of individuals, this is also speaking about Father's Day and father figures. And since this is the case, someone is currently attempting to hide the fact that they are going to be a father. And this is because they feel like too many of y'all are going to be in their business, and this is because they're married. Now, for this particular individual, they're married on paper. However, they're already spiritually spoken for, and this relationship comes from divine law. Now, in regards to God's plan, somebody may feel like if they fake the funk and add mixtures of different dialects and protocols, that you'll be interested in a pitch. Now, if you are a business owner or an aspiring one, what this is getting to is someone feeling like if they doctor up some papers, that you'll support them on a far-fetched idea. Now, because all of these also came out here on the table, what I'm going to do is turn them around and fix them for you. Now, what this is getting to here is a father figure. However, because this father figure is either a Pisces or an Aries, what this is talking about is an incident from their past or yours being revealed. Now, this certainly has a lot to do with the mother figure. However, because for some, this pertains to how you treat women, and for others, this is talking about how you were raised. What this reading is going to reveal is someone having commitment phobia. Now, if you are someone that feels like this Pisces is a prophetess, what this is getting to is you not being correct. However, because they seen one of my prior readings and they told you about it and didn't share it, what this is talking about is your revelation in regards to a light bulb moment. Now, some of you are from the old school, and because you are from the old school, you are aware of my trailers that I uploaded on my other channel, Oracle of the Ether TV. And since you are aware of this, you also know that in one of my trailers, I had a light bulb hanging from the ceiling. Now, because this is you that I'm drawing on, what this is getting to is you speaking your truth to an individual that you now know you cannot trust. So what this is talking about is an Aries involvement and someone that you tried to keep hidden, saying that they're an Aquarius and you know that they are not. And this is because they are now recently fascinated with unicorns. Now, in regards to someone's permission, what I know to be true is you've seen someone spacing out, and because you've seen this, you're going to say that they did something again. However, because this individual is always in deep contemplation, talking to the God, what this is talking about is God's plan. Now, if you feel like you want to know the ins and outs in regards to part 2, my advice is to join the membership, and that is it. What is your name? What is your name? Sergisias Ether.